Hello, and welcome back to the When We Were Kids, the Time Capsule Toys Podcast. I'm Rick. I'm here with BJ. It's the Wednesday after Toyhio. I'm still exhausted. I took a nap in my shop yesterday, actually, the basement, because I'm still so tired. So this first part of this whole episode is just going to be about Toyhio. Then we'll get into things we bought. We'll do everyone's new favorite segment of the comic book advertisements, and we'll do our toy from a movie line that you didn't know had a toy line, and all that jazz, and probably talk about a bunch of other stuff. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, I guess. Ricky Starks.
New NXT boy.
Debuted last night. My phone blew up. Like, messages from people I have no clue who they are. Comments from people who think they know everything that's going on. Stuff that people think that they knew from the conversation that me and Ricky had at 4 a.m. on the day of Toyhio. So let me get into that first off and foremost. Toyhio was this past Saturday. I was sleeping, and I woke up to go pee and was like, I should probably check my phone because it was on Do Not Disturb. I had a text and 2 missed calls from Ricky Starks, and I just go, oh, Jesus. Because I knew what it was. Sign,
yeah.
Ricky had to cancel. He did the video for me, which he offered to do it. I never asked him to. All that jazz. Some people ran over on... He was in Seattle for Defy Wrestling. Some people... I won't name names. Some people ran over on their time to where... In Seattle, there's a curfew of 10:30. Shows have to be done by 10:30. Mind you, they're 3 hours behind us. So show had to be done by 10:30. It was not. So Ricky was the main event against Kenta. He beat Kenta for the Defy World Championship. Put his clothes on over his gear, jumped in the car, drove to the airport. They closed the airplane door as he was coming up to the thing. They sent him back to the terminal thing to try to get a new ticket. No plane from Seattle would have got him there any earlier. He would have gotten there. The earliest he could land in Cleveland was 3 p.m. So there's that. And that's why I canceled Toyhio. Now for the conspiracy theorists. There is no way that he canceled Toyhio because of NXT. He would have gotten injured signing autographs. Like, if anything, they would have had him cancel Defy because he had an actual wrestle. And then another thing, too, conspiracy theorists, they wouldn't have had him win the championship if he knew he was going to NXT so soon. Because it was just reported, what, Monday that he was released?
Yeah, it was right after the weekend. So, yeah, within a day, he's at NXT. But, yeah, you knew he was going to get signed quick. But, yeah, welcome to the internet wrestling community, man. I get it I get it through Web is Jericho, writing articles and stuff for that, too. I generally just do wrestling features there. Sometimes it spills over to wrestling stuff. But, yeah, man, it's... They run the conspiracy theories always run wild in wrestling.
Well, my Adam Venkman, who some of you guys may have met him this past weekend at Toyhio, he helped Skye Blue for me. He made me a lovely photo of the pearly gates, and it said the road to NXT is through Toyhio. Which I tell her, I've been saying for the longest time, there's the Toyhio rub. If you notice the long list of people we've had at Toyhio, they get the rub, and then they go off, never to be seen or heard from Toyhio again.
Well, if you're unhappy in AEW or any other wrestling company, just come to Toyhio and you'll be WWE within a week,
or somewhere else. Like Danhausen did Toyhio, got signed to AEW. Karrion Kross did Toyhio. Scarlett Bordeaux did Toyhio. They went back to WWE. Cardona did Toyhio, won like 15 goddamn belts. Like, Swoggle did Toyhio, gets a Legends deal. The list goes. Acclaimed at Toyhio, won tag titles. The list goes on and on and on. Oh, Ethan Page did Toyhio.
Yep.
Becomes NXT champ. The list goes on and on and on. Meanwhile, I'm still sitting here counting couch change.
Well, congrats to Ricky Starks. That guy is insanely good. I think I said this before. The first time I saw Ricky Starks was when Billy Corgan relaunched the NWA.
Yeah.
And that first season of NWA was so good. Unfortunately, the pandemic screwed that up. They had Ricky Starks. They had Thunder Rosa. They had LA Knight. They had Nick Aldis was their champ at the time. But it was great, and the whole presentation, whatever, and then the pandemic kind of killed it. But, caught on with AEW, had a bunch of starts and stops in AEW, unfortunately. Like, he kept getting, like, where it was like, oh, he's about to go huge, and the crowd loved him, and then, for whatever reason, like, whether
the
it was
rug got pulled out from
Punk
under
or,
him.
the thing with Big Bill where he's the tag champs, which was cool. But, yeah, every time it seemed like the rug got pulled out from him. So, yeah, I'm glad he's going to NXT because he's going to do great there. He's gonna succeed in WWE for sure.
Like, my phone call with him, he was very apologetic. We were in talks of trying to do a in-store signing since he had to cancel, but we did not want to announce a date or anything because I knew he was going to get signed, and he knew he was going to get signed without telling me that. But it's like, I know, like, that if you're a big deal in AEW and your contract's about to go, you're going to WWE. Mm-hmm. So he was like very apologetic to me, apologetic to the fans. He never misses a booking. We were the first booking he ever had to miss. So the conspiracy theorists out there could just cool their jets. He didn't. There's some other guy on the internet who claimed that he took the Defy booking on short notice, but he was advertised for Defy, I think, since December. He took us on short notice, thanks to Danhausen, which I want to thank Danhausen for hooking that up. Unfortunately, it did not work, but whatever. It is what it is. And speaking of Thunder Rosa is going to be signing at Monsters in the Toy Box on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, 3/16.
Nice.
I tried to get her for Toyhio, and she was denied within 12 hours of me requesting. So I was like, well, let's do a store signing on Sunday because they don't run anything on Sundays. So, and then Honky Tonk Man's people reach out to us. So, and I think it's March 7th, Honky Tonk Man will be at Time Capsule Toys, Shake, Rattle, and Rollin'. And I will never forget the one time I met Honky Tonk Man. He gave someone Shake, Rattle, and Roll, but he didn't fall. And I just go, why didn't you fall for your finisher? He goes, I only got 9 bumps left in me, kid. I ain't wasting one here. I'll never forget. That's what he said to me.
Honky Tonk Man, I think we said this before too. He, of all the WWE Hall of Famers or the sort of legends of wrestling, got the most out of doing the least. I mean, he really only, which is a testament to his character and how over he was as a heel. But I mean, he had people with a guitar. He did the Shake, Rattle, and Roll. He might have had a body slam every once in a while. Like, he didn't ever do anything. I mean, at least in the WWF, he didn't do anything. Before that, he did a ton. I mean, the whole concession stand brawl and everything else that too. I mean, he was a forerunner and in a lot of stuff. I mean, he was an amazing worker and stuff prior to that, but just smartly, and that's probably the reason why he can still walk as opposed to a lot of those other guys.
Oh yeah,
he was smart and took care of himself.
He also did the He was also like one of the longest reigning, or if not the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, to where that's why Santino Marella, when he was Intercontinental Champion, he had the Honka Tonka meter, where he compared his reign to other people's reigns and how he was beating other people, because his whole thing was to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. And like, it was my favorite thing ever on Raw. It was always so funny. But he didn't even come close to beating Honky Tonk Man's record.
Well, Gunther just beat it, didn't he?
I believe so.
I think Gunther just they finally gave it to him, but
and then he lost it to Sammy.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no, I told you the one Hasbro I had I had it carded forever, and then I finally just opened it. But it was Honky Tonk Man, so I might have to come get that signed. Just real little on his back. It might be hard. I'm not sure where he's going to sign it. It might just be, HTM on there. It might just be initialed.
Honky Tonk Man's Hasbro, honestly, is probably his best figure.
It looks good. It's a good looking figure.
It looks identical to him. Like body structure, face, everything.
They got the costume, his outfit perfect, the guitar and everything else too. Yeah, it's a good looking figure for sure.
Yeah, I still thought about that.
I saw somebody had a list for Toyhio of what they wanted, and they wanted a mint honky not carded. And I'm like, well, I have one. I was like,
but I ain't letting it go.
I don't think I'm letting that go. You know what I mean?
Speaking of mint on card Hasbro's at Toyhio, super early bird. I'll set the stage. It's early. It's 8:30 in the morning. We let in 40 people for super early bird, which super early bird will go up at some point in time for the June show. Don't ask me when because I have zero clue. The first customer at my booth bought a carded Ludwig Borga green card and then the Yoko green card. And I want to say, I don't think I have it written on my phone anymore, what he paid. It was a lot of money. I was shocked because I'm like, no one's going to buy these green cards. And then the first sale of the day, I'm like, what?
There was some cool stuff at Toyhio for sure. The most ridiculous thing I saw, awesome, which I didn't even know this thing existed, still in the package, unopened, an AWA championship belt that like holds the AWA figures around.
And
it was in the thing, and the guy it was $700. I was like, I didn't even know this thing existed. I was like, holy crap. And it was in great shape. I was like, there was some.
Those AEW, anything with the AWA titles are stupid hard to find. Like stupid. Because they made toy replica belts, and they had that one that you just saw. They are so hard to find. They're hard to find loose. The fact that someone actually had, I didn't even see it there.
Yeah.
So the fact that someone had one sealed is bonkers.
Yeah, I sat there and talked to the guy for a couple of minutes, and I was like, I didn't even know this existed. He's like, yeah, it's in great shape too. Like, I can't spend $700 on this belt. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I'd be like, what the hell are you buying? You know what I mean? I really don't need it, but it was awesome that it was there.
I had it saved on my phone. Ludwig Borga, white belt Yokozuna. First sale, when doors opened, $800.
Nice.
Because I was like, no one's buying these. But I still have 2-part guns. But yeah, the AWA stuff, it's weird because it's pricey and they're so hard to find. The figures are stupid hard to find complete.
Yeah.
Probably a year or so ago.
There were just so few of them made, I'm sure. Oh, yeah.
I think Mike, who's been on the show before, Kalenich, I think he bought our AWA ring we had at Time Capsule, which the AWA ring is, if you can get one in nice shape, they're really nice rings. Problem is, it's hard to get them in nice shape because the base is actually wood.
Yeah.
The top and skirts are actually cloth, and then wooden ring posts. They're super hard to find because they're always dirty, and you can't really clean them.
Yeah.
Because it literally looks like people put them through an actual AWA match. Like, there's just blood stains on them and everything else. And you're like, what in the world do these people do with this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely hard stuff to find. Rick Martel was their big baby face and over champion for a long time down there, whatever. That's where he kind of became a star, so
I didn't really get to shop at Toyhio. I never get to really shop. Like, I usually have, every Toyhio, I have someone who comes and sells me a wrestling collection. So, I bought the wrestling collection, which 90% of it, or 95% of it is actually out right now at Time Capsule, because over the weekend, Time Capsule's wrestling section got, like, obliterated with everyone who was out of town. But then for myself, I got myself some Stargate stuff that I needed for my collection, which we'll go over later on in the show. But I'm trying to think of like what else I bought. I can't remember what I bought. I think I only bought myself Stargate stuff, which is the goofiest shit to buy. Anyway, I bought like some random. We had a guy from Oklahoma set up. He followed me on Whatnot. His name's ThunderUp459. His real name's Aaron. Everyone just kept calling him Oklahoma. He got like swamped at the show. He had some of the best and craziest vintage at the show. He had a complete cyborg from Superpowers. It sold. He had the sealed map room. I think he had the sealed Streets of Cairo from Indiana Jones. He had opened, unused, and then sealed, like graded ones. Then he had Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade sealed for Nintendo.
Wow.
He had carded Universal Monster Turtles. Our friend Sasha bought some Rock Lord he had that I've never seen before in my life. And we had to like Google image search it to even figure out the name because none of us could figure out what it was. And then it was like one of the Super Rock Lords or something like that. It was bigger. It kind of looked like, it almost looked like an oil spill. That's the kind of color it had. Sasha's just like, I only need like 2 Rock Lords, and this is like one of them. I've never seen this before. He's like, give me $50 and it's yours. Sasha's like, sold. I'm trying to think. There's like so much. From setup, I saw some crazy stuff, but I don't remember like half the stuff I even saw. Like at Aaron's booth, I kept looking at stuff. He kept pulling out like crazy shit.
Yeah, I made sure to walk through twice this time because you miss stuff. And there's a lot of people and stuff around, whatever. But I walked through twice. But yeah, there was all kind. Just all kinds of cool stuff. I ended up buying. I just bought a bunch of small stuff for myself. I got a couple of the stuff that I had when I was a kid. I bought like the Sting WCW figure. I bought the Flair one, the Luger one.
The Gloobs?
Yeah.
Or their San Francisco toy maker fake LJNs.
Yeah.
Which ones? The Gloobs were smaller ones.
The smaller ones. Yeah, the smaller ones that they don't move or anything like that, you know what I mean? But they all had the belts with them too. And then I bought I don't know why I bought this, but I was like, I gotta buy it. I bought a Big Bubba Rogers carded, which looks like somebody sat on the card. But I was
was that the bigger one?
That's the bigger one.
With he looks like he's Amish.
Yeah, I bought that one, which is like, all right, yeah. And just a couple other little, like pins and stuff like that, whatever, little stuff, whatever, man. But yeah, they had a
you went wrestling heavy.
It was all wrestling, pretty much. Yeah, the pins. I think I bought a couple like sport. It was like a Reds pin and a couple old school Indians pins that I bought for my wife, whatever. But yeah, just little stuff here and there. And then, but I didn't find the WWF trash can though.
I'm shocked that no one had it.
I'm surprised that nobody had it either. Honestly, with everything else that was there and all the other old WWF stuff.
I saw some random weird stuff I never saw before. Mind you, I took tons of pictures just to post the night before. I don't even know what I was taking pictures of. I was just like running around like a chicken with my head cut off taking pictures. I saw someone had some like old school Hulk Hogan like towel. Oh, speaking of which, you got gifted a WWF napkin.
I did, yeah. Thank you, Scott, for the WWF napkin. Yeah, it's had a Ziploc bag, sealed up and everything, man. So yeah,
she's gonna get framed.
I'm gonna hang that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in a little frame and stick it on the wall.
BJ got recognized quite a bit at the show.
I did. I was like a celebrity there, man. I know. I mean, 95% of the people there know a lot more about toys than I do. But everybody kept coming up to me asking me about stuff. I was like, I just look for wrestling stuff, pretty much. I know what I collected back in the day, but
it was funny during setup. A lot of vendors were asking me, "Oh, is BJ gonna be here? Is he gonna be here?" Yeah, at some point, I'm like, I don't know when, but I'm like, I saw BJ like. You were probably about to walk out the door, I think.
Yeah, it was toward the end. I'd gone through a couple of times, and you were running the guests and everything else too, whatever. You know what I mean? Or getting all that going. So yeah,
because Scott goes to me, you have to introduce me to BJ. I'm like, I don't have 9,000 other things to do. You know what the man looks like? He's probably gonna walk past your booth, like. Yeah. And then Roy told me he stopped you. Roy does the 3D.
Yeah.
The 3D print stuff, and he goes, oh. I listen to the podcast all the time. I can't wait to talk to BJ. You guys give me so many ideas of stuff to make. And he's like, here, like Snow Brothers. I'm like,
yeah, all the
obscure stuff. I'm like, hey, we're going to buy that. Because I don't think a whole lot of people know what the hell Snow Brothers is. And he told me, because I didn't even know what it was until the podcast.
So yeah, I texted you who's going to make, he could make me the characters from Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf. There's 4 of them on there. There's 4 golfers on there.
I have an idea, Roy.
Which would be like I'd be the only person in the world that would buy it.
I will pay for you to make this and I'll give it to BJ as a gift. For Lee, I've thought about this. Literally, I didn't even have to think about it. It popped in my head. I go, that's what Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf should be. I want Lee Trevino holding his club like a shotgun, but the handle of the golf club to be down and have a double barrel sticking out of it, because that's what Lee Trevino's fighting golf should be. Like he's in an actual fight. And not just golfing.
Yeah.
That image popped in my head and I started laughing. I go, I wonder if he could do that. So that's your mission for June in Toyhio. Yeah. Is make Lee Trevino with a shotgun golf club.
Yeah, I told him I think I'm going to commission him to do figures of our band. Like, that'd be just ridiculous. Like, we'd be the only rock band from Ohio with action figures.
Hey,
like, you know what I mean?
You never know. Then it shows people, can I buy those?
I'm sure people would. Like,
I'm sure they would.
Especially those shows we do down at Jurgles, man. They buy everything down there, especially if we're opening for an 80s rock band or somebody big. Yeah. We have another one of those coming up on another plug here, March 15th. We're opening for Jackal again, and that's always fun because their fans love us. So it's just, it always goes over well. They always buy us out of merch, so I got to get some new shirts, and I got to get new shit done for that show.
You need lots of chainsaws.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know about Jackal is chainsaws.
Yeah, they had the 12-bar blues hit where he saws up he saws shit up and plays a chainsaw solo. He still plays a chainsaw solo. He still does it. He still saws up a bar stool for every show.
That's the only thing I ever knew about Jackal, ever, was that they use chainsaws.
I just say they're, for anybody that doesn't know, they're AC/DC with a chainsaw because that's pretty much what they sound like too.
AC/DC with a chainsaw. Oh, yeah, so Toyhio, we had Skye Blue, who I think won for, like, top 3 guest of all time. So it's probably, like, Danhausen, Ethan Page, Skye Blue. Everyone loves Skye Blue. She told us a lot of stories I will not be sharing on this podcast about a lot of people. She was an absolute sweetheart. She was super fun to be around. Luchasaurus helped us make dirt sheets again. We made the dirt sheets with Ricky Starks. Then we made the dirt sheets with Luchasaurus. Mm-hmm. And then we made dirt sheets again with Luchasaurus because everyone was freaking out because he missed WrestleCon. So then I started getting messages. Oh, he canceled? He cancel? Like, no. If he cancels, I will tell you he canceled. Because he told me the reason why he had to cancel WrestleCon was because a lot of people don't know, some people do know, he had double pneumonia. And he had to cancel WrestleCon because he started getting a cold. So he couldn't risk it. So that's why he had to cancel WrestleCon. And then he was good enough to come up for Toyhio because he lives in Ohio. So he only had to make like a 2.5-hour drive. So he was healthy. He was good. He was there. Fans loved him. A lot of people were happy that we were able to get him. And because of him and Ricky Starks, it's the first time I ever made dirt sheets. I made dirt sheets 3 times in a week. Less than a week, I should say.
You're probably going to make the dirt sheets after this episode, too.
Probably.
With the Ricky Starks stuff at the beginning.
Yeah, the Ricky Starks thing. People are going to be like, I'm sure it's going to be everywhere. But like I said, back to the whole Ricky Starks thing. Ricky Starks was super apologetic about not being able to go on the plane. It had nothing to do with NXT. I don't know how many times I could say that or how many times I've even said in the last 24 hours. It had nothing to do with NXT. Like, it was literally announced Monday. Like, he was released, taken off the website, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, whatever. But all the guests this time around had a great time. Danhausen bought a Grail. He should be posting it online soon, I think. He told me not to mention what it was, so I won't. Luchasaurus didn't buy anything at all, which kind of shocked me. Skye refused to walk around because she said she would spend money, and then instantly says to me, if you want, Kyle would want to do the show. I don't want to walk around because he'd make me look for Pokemon shit. That was her exact words. Because I guess Kyle Fletcher is really big into Pokemon. Which I would have never guessed in a million years. But Yeah, so the guests did good. A lot of the vendors told me it was their best Toyhio ever. It got pretty busy. Currently in talks. I didn't even want to begin talks yet for a guest. But when an opportunity arises, you have to take it. I can't say nothing right now. It's not someone I ever expected to get. But it'll be interesting once we can announce it. I'm also going to try to do like a little... We had a vendor who has to roll over their tables because they booked another show the same weekend. So in that vendor spot, I'm going to try to do like all YouTubers that deal with toys. So we're going to see if I can nail that. Fingers crossed and knock on wood. Because I think YouTubers are way easier to book than actual wrestlers.
I'm sure there's less of a chance of...
I mean, I booked one this morning, but I won't tell you who it is.
Yeah, less of a chance of the old card subject to change with the wrestlers because, they get pulled at the last minute or...
Yeah, and after Toyhio, I was so exhausted I couldn't even go. AIW ran at Youngstown City. Or not Youngstown City. Penguin City. Yeah. I can never get their name right for the life of me. AIW ran at Penguin City Brewing after Toyhio, and I heard it was packed.
Yeah, I did see the photos of it was, yeah.
So there's a pretty good chance that they're probably coming back. So if you missed it, I'm sure they're going to be back in June to where we don't have to worry about freezing rain. Which, let me tell you, after that show, watching vendors try to load up in freezing rain, not fun. Like, my jacket was frozen. Like, the parking lot was an ice rink. I watched a blind girl in high heels almost slide across grass about 5 times. And I'm just like, someone help her, please. But Toyhio was fun. A lot of people got some crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff was there. Like I said, I don't even remember half the crazy stuff. I sold stuff I never thought I would sell. Sold a Star Wars Empire Strikes Back kids coat rack. That sold, which shocked me. We got in that. Oh my god, what's the Ghost? The Vintage Collection Ghost. That huge ship. It was made by HasLab. That sold like at the end of the show. I couldn't believe it. We sold that Space 1999 Eagle. Couldn't believe that sold. This guy came running in and goes, I saw your pictures. I just got here after work. Who has it? Where is it? I go, it's at my booth right there. Oh, he ran up and he's like telling the whole story. I felt so bad. I had to walk away from him while he's telling his story because I had to go help the guests or something. So he just continued telling his story to my sister. But like I sold like crazy stuff I expected to go home with. So it was the show is like my wrestling. Usually I'm known for the amount of wrestling I have. This time around, like my wrestling stunk. So I apologize. My wrestling selection stunk. It's just so hard getting wrestling anymore. And like wrestling is like the hardest stuff to get anymore. And I don't understand why or how, but
I again told my buddy after the show, who has all the Hasbros that we combined together. I was like, dude, we should get those Hasbros because I was looking at ones we had. I'm looking at what they're going for loose, and I'm like, whatever. Well, then he broke it to me that a couple of them ended up in whatever sandbox there. I'm like, all right, which ones did you kill? Hopefully it was Virgil or somebody crappy that is or you know, or Big Boss Man or something, whatever. But so hopefully I get those Hasbros. I'll come sell them to you if I ever get them. There's like 30 of them, I think. So
hopefully you get some good ones. Maybe some mail-aways.
There's definitely no mail-aways because these were ours, whatever, as when we were kids. So yeah, there's a couple of decent ones in there though for sure.
I'm trying to think if I saw anything else crazy at the show. That's like, oh, but good thing is there was no fighting at this show. Well, I'll use that term loosely because I had to scream at an actual vendor.
We had to throw somebody out too for stealing.
Oh, dang! I forgot all about that. That's another story everyone wants to hear. But I went through. And I like publicly shamed this vendor. He took over someone else's spot. But said, well, it's my table. I'm like, so you brought your own table? Yeah. I'm like, how many tables did you pay for? He goes, 2. I go, how many do you have? 3. I go, so what gives you the right to take over someone else's spot. He goes, well, that's still my spot. I said, no, it's not. He goes, yeah, it is. I go, I will introduce you to the man's spot that you took over, which was Roy's. Because I go, he was always here. You took his spot. No, I didn't. I go, once again, how many tables did you pay for? He goes, 2. I go, how many do you have? He goes, I don't understand. I go, it's simple math. How many did you pay for? 2. How many do you have? He kept saying, I don't get it. To where then my voice, I just snapped. I go, you paid for 2. What makes you think you get 3? So I'm walking through the venue just yelling, if you pay for how many tables, if you pay for 2 tables, how many do you get? And the vendors are always just yelling, 2. And I'm like, I kept doing it. And I go, so here's your options. I said, you give me the money for that 3rd table because you screwed somebody over by taking their space. I said, or you can pack your stuff and leave. He goes, I still don't understand. I'm like, how stupid are you?
It's like, well, adios, dude.
Like,
pack your shit.
I don't even know if he renewed, but he's like, every show I see him at, he's a problem. And the one show, he walked up to tell me that it was not his fault for getting into an argument with the promoter. And I looked at him, I said, dude, I've had problems with you for years. So don't sit here and tell me that it's not you when it's you. I said, I don't want to hear it. And I walked away. And then at the show, he tried to argue with me again about the tables after I just told him, like, pay me. I go, dude, every show you're an issue. Every show. And you just keep telling everybody, it's not you.
Time to toss this dude. I don't
like he's just
other guys on the list.
He blocked me on Facebook.
There's other guys
years ago
who'll be glad to take his spot.
Exactly. He blocked me years ago on Facebook because he was trying to sell me stuff for like 2 to 3 times more than I would sell it for. He's like, well, can't you just help me out here? Like, help me out with toys. I'm like, what do you want me to help you out with? He goes, I need help knowing what I need to do. I'm like, okay, here's a tip for you. If you don't know toys, don't buy toys. He blocked me on Facebook. But then sits there and tries to, like, he doesn't even sit there and do it. He just straight does it. He just takes someone else's booth. To where I have to, like, treat him like a child. And, like, pretty much, he was, like, a step away from getting a dunce cap put on because he doesn't know basic math. And then, the idiot who stole. I thought it was from the Lemkels again because I got told it was the Lemkels. I'm like, oh, come on. Why always got to be Sean and Ryan getting stolen from? Well, it wasn't. It was the people, like, catty corner from them. I walk back there. I go, who was it? And he goes, it was that guy. That's who got stolen from. I go, what happened? He goes, guy stole a Ninja Turtle from me. I said, what's he look like? They described the guy. And they go, he's carrying a Ninja Turtles lunchbox. I go, okay. Easiest way to spot this guy is to just blurt out what's in his hand. I said, we're looking for a guy who's wearing a black beanie, shoulder length black hair. He took his beanie off, I'm told. He is carrying a Ninja Turtles lunchbox that's blue. I make the announcement. Wait a couple minutes. As I start to make the second announcement, someone runs up and goes, they found him. I walk up into the aisle that he's at. It was like slow motion. Like, because I was so mad. You know, you get like that point of anger to where everything just moves so slow. It's like in a video game when you're trying to like dodge bullets. And I'm walking up and I probably had like this death glare in my eyes because I hate thieves. And everyone's just parting ways. Like, slowly. like I'm like freaking separating the Red Sea. And everyone's just, as I'm walking, people are just separating. And there's this dude just standing there. Shoulder length black hair that's like greasy, holding a Ninja Turtles lunchbox. And I just go, and I probably chose like the worst words to say. Because every time I think back to it now, I think of Mortal Kombat and Scorpion. I just go, get over here. And he's just standing there. And, like, you could probably literally hear his, like, butthole pucker because I'm so furious. And I just go, I said get over here. And he just keeps staring at me. I walked up to him because he wasn't getting near me. I grabbed him by the back of his neck. And he goes, I already gave it back. I said, I don't give a shit. And I dragged him. Right as I grabbed him, I got the world's worst cramp in my right leg. It's finally gone. I had it for 3 days. I had this golf ball size cramp in my calf. I'm dragging this dude as I'm dragging my right leg behind me. I'm just like, if this dude gets away from me, so help me God, I can't run. Like, this thing hurts so bad. I'm dragging him out front, and he just keeps saying shit. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear it. Like, you're a goddamn thief. I take him outside, so where the fire lane is, we get to the grass, and I shove him. And all I remember saying is, I better not see you here again. I swear to God, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. That dude ran like he was in the Olympics. He ran so fast. But the best part of it all was when I'm dragging him up front, Danhausen and Luchasaurus are booing him. They're just going, boo! Boo! And I'm so mad. And I'm like, just look over at him. And I can't laugh or anything because I'm like, I'm just seeing red. And the dude paid more money for admission than the item he tried to steal.
Yeah, like what the hell?
$4 figure. And the worst part was, they were like 3 for $10. And the guy was talking to him about it. And he goes, I changed my mind. I'm not going to get him. And the guy goes, well, where's the third figure at? He goes, it's in that tote. He goes, no, it's not. He goes, where's the third figure at? Oh, it's in the tote. And he goes, we'll take the tote over to this table. We'll dump it out. And we will find out together that figure's not in there. And that's when the kid... He was like, I don't know, 25, 26. Pulls it out and goes, here you go. And he goes, oh, good. Now I can call you a thief because you did steal it and you lied about it.
Stealing a $4 figure, man. What the hell? Like, Jesus. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like,
people are like saying stuff to me about ridiculous. The kid. Like, I'm like, he drove himself there. Yeah. I go, trust me. I saw him running, got his keys. He jumped into the car and sped away. Too
bad there wasn't freezing rain out there. You could have just slid him across the parking lot.
Everyone's like, I wish you would have. Everyone's like, I wish you would have Jazzy Jeffed him out the front door like Uncle Phil.
Do you have to hire security for that or anything like that?
No, we have security cameras everywhere.
Gotcha.
Everywhere. Like when Lemko's got stolen from, we saw the guy put it under he had it up against his body and laid his sweatshirt over it. He went into the bathroom, changed his clothes, and came back out.
Yeah.
They were able to watch the footage and watch him walk everywhere in the Metroplex to where we found out every single thing he stole. So that's why I'm like, why are you coming to this show to steal? Yeah. I am going to catch you. And guess what? That dude went to jail. That kid who stole the $4 figure, I just tossed out because I'm like, I'm not calling the cops over $4. But that set the precedent for the day of don't mess with me because if I get my hands on you, I'm going to public humiliate you. You're going to be humiliated to I will make a scene. I don't care.
Yeah, these people I'd all for a $4 figure. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was very ridiculous. But everyone, other than that, everyone had a good time. Everyone got lots of stuff. You got a bunch of wrestling stuff. I got a bunch of Stargate crap that I don't need. But I'm trying to think of what else. If there's anything that happened that was eventful. I guess Toyhio is also known for VHS tapes now because I heard the overabundance of VHS tapes people have sold at the show.
Oh, man, I got a ton of those. I should probably bring those there. Dude, sell them.
My buddy who sat up next to me said he sold 143 VHS tapes.
Man, I'm going to have to bring in the VHS tapes because, I saw a bunch there. I didn't know if anyone was selling any of them. But, people are buying them.
It was weird. And like I said, this show for my booth, the weirdest stuff sold that I've never expect to sell. But I mean, that's what toy shows are for. And I always tell people the weirdest stuff sells, and you never know what you'll see.
Yeah, there was some wild stuff there. I mean, there was stuff that I didn't even know they made. You know what I mean? Like there's like several times that happened where I was like, I can't even believe this is a thing. Like they made this.
Oh,
there's a lot of that. A lot of that. Yeah, I mean, every action figure you could think of is there. There's just everything. You can find everything there.
There's so much. Like I said, I don't even get to see everything that everyone else does. Like I was lucky enough to see like that complete cyborg, and then I knew Sasha needed it. I was like, Sasha, you need a cyborg. He's like, it has a little paint wear on the hands. I go, Sasha, it's complete, and it's a really good deal.
You know what I didn't find though that the guy he was one of the guests on the podcast, and forgive me, I can't remember his name, but was Gambit. I couldn't find the X-Men Gambit, and I was going through, and the guy was saying, yeah, those are 50% off. What's in there? I'm like, oh, cool. I was like, you don't have a Gambit, dude. He's like, we sold it. He's like, we had it earlier. He sold it. I'm like, damn it. Like, but I didn't see one anywhere else, which is surprising.
I told you. I don't know why.
Can you find Gambit? Like, he's like, yeah, because it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't expensive. It's
Ron
like
from Your Toy Connection, when he was on the show, like the second episode or something like that.
Hates the GoBots.
Yeah, hates GoBots. He bought in a crazy vintage collection. Crazy. I went out to a shop to help him price it. I said, you need to bring all this stuff to Toyhio. Oh, it's not going to sell. I walked up to his booth at the end of the show. I go, what happened to all that Batman the Animated Series and Skeleton Warriors and this and this? What happened to it all? I sold it. I go, oh, who told you to bring it? You. I go, who said they didn't want to bring it? I know. Like he sold his Combat Belt Batman. He had like maybe 3 animated series figures left. He had like 1 Skeleton Warrior left. I'm like, that's the stuff that people are going after now. Because now we're like, everything goes through trends. And now the trend right now is like 90s stuff that like was just weird. So like I can't believe the amount of freaking, he sold that Combat Belt Batman so fast. I think he sold it during Super Early Bird. He's like, I can't believe I sold him. I go, I told you it was going to sell. It's the hardest to get figure in that line. But then, like, the Skeleton Warriors, he blew through those. He blew through a lot of those Marvel superheroes, too.
Yeah,
girls' toys. I mean, I sold half the Polly Pockets I had. Polly Pockets are stinking hard to find.
I think my wife was going through and saw, like, Polly Pockets because her daughter had, like, a bunch of them, and she's like, I can't believe what these are selling for. I just gave all these away at a garage sale. I was like, you should have saved them.
The ones that have batteries, the ones that take batteries, if they still work, it's like stupid money. That, and if their lights work, like I bought mine from a woman in Boardman, and she's like, I want this much money. I'm like, okay. She sent me a list of everything that was complete or incomplete. I went through pricing that stuff out, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like the one set, like if it was like sealed in the box, was like $600.
Jeez.
But like the one I had, like I think I had it priced like at $80 because it was missing like 2 flags, 2 out of 3 flags, and like 1 character. But if it was complete, it was like $250. I'm like, whatever. I'm pricing this stuff to move, and like I said, I sold like half of them. Girls' toys are a very underrated thing at shows.
Yeah, my wife saw a bunch of stuff that her daughter had, and she's like, oh, I had all this stuff. I can't believe I just got rid of it all. And then I was like, yeah, welcome to the club. And then there was a talking Pee Wee Herman there that somebody had in the box. It was with a box and stuff still. And she swears she has that somewhere. I was like, we have it. Like,
where?
We'll take it to Rick.
It's hidden in the attic.
We'll take it to Rick if you can find it. She's like, it's got to be up there in the attic somewhere. All right. I was like, I've never seen it, but I haven't gone through all your old stuff. You know what I mean? So she swears she has it. So she's got other stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go into the attic here. As soon as it warms up a little bit, we're gonna go to the attic and start digging through all your shit.
You have to hit the attic at the right time.
Yeah.
It can't be too cold, but it can't be too hot.
Yeah, no, summer it's unbearable up there.
You walk in right when you get your head goes through the opening of the attic. Your eyes just start sweating and you can't see anything. But the Toyhio was fun. Everyone got lots of goodies. Like I said, I don't even remember half the crap I bought. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Tim Graff. He hooked me up. I just remembered. He hooked me up with, it was the back of the Monster in My Pocket Mountain the back of the box you were supposed to cut off
I
use
saw
that
that.
use that as a poster. And we didn't know what it was. And I spent 40 minutes trying to look it up, and I found it, and that's what it was. So I'm going to get that framed. I'm going to put it up in the new shop. Monsters in the Toy Box, $17.95, Elm Road Northeast.
Nice.
But it's comic book ad time.
Yeah, I got some older ones here today. 80s. That one's from the 80s. It's Omega Man. There's an appearance of one of the early appearances of Lobo in that, and I think 84. Is that what it says on there?
Yep, January, number 10.
And then I got 70s. See, I told you about Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp. He's a crime-fighting chimp. It's from the 70s. This was one of those books that was like free. Like they gave you like free. They just throw it in your thing at the comic shop just to get rid of it. Just to get rid of it.
Is he smoking?
No, I think that's just the cover's worn off.
Oh, I thought he was smoking a cigar. Anyways, Masters of the Universe. This is the first ad I have. They did these model kits, but they only did 2 of them. They did the 2 like vehicles no one wanted, which was the Attack Track and then the Talon Fighter. And then they completely changed the colors of them. So I think these colors were actually maybe comic colors, because the model had this cockpit cover that the toy didn't have, which I don't understand, but whatever. And is that supposed to be?
That's Lobo.
He looks like Gene Simmons.
He does. So I've got an ad for patches. You can get a Confederate flag patch. Get these dynamite embroidered cloth patches that tell it like it is. Each groovy patch measures 3 inches, made to sell for much, much more. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, or 69 cents each. So there's, my God. There's a Wile E. Coyote, Caution Budweiser powered. There's Felix the Cat, Confederate flag, like I said, a Woodstock patch. Yeah,
69 cents.
Patches.
You can try to help the South rise again.
right. Yeah, like 1972, we're still. What else are they trying to sell? Lancelot Link readers.
New Super Yum Bubble Yum. Bubble Yum, in my opinion, used to be the best gum. Because it wasn't rock hard.
Bubble Yum was pretty good, yeah.
And the flavors were like pretty spot on. I don't even know if they still make it.
They have to still make Bubble Yum, don't they?
This one was advertising the new pink lemonade flavor, which I didn't even know existed.
Oh boy, here, do you need extra money? It costs you nothing to try. $100 is yours for selling only 100 boxes of our new Luster Elegance Christmas card box assortment. You make $1 for selling 1 box. 2 for 2 boxes. 10. All right, so you make $1 a box. Why the hell did you just say that? Yeah, so it's these goofy cards, whatever they send you, and then you go sell their shit. Try to make money on it, I guess. 1972.
So basically, you're like the
Avon lady.
You're like the guys that now go around to businesses saying, "Hey, we're selling steaks in that parking lot in that tent." Starts September 10th. Kids love Saturdays on ABC.
Oh, nice.
So, I used to love Saturdays, and I was 3 when this came out, roughly. Let's see how many of these cartoons you remember, because I remember like 2, maybe 3. All right, the first one everyone knows. The Best of Scooby-Doo. The Little Rascals Richie Rich Show.
I mean, I remember certain Richie Rich cartoons and stuff, but I don't know if that's the specific one.
This one, I knew it was toys or PVC. Was not aware they had a cartoon series. The Monchichis.
Yeah, I didn't know. Nothing about the Monchichis.
Pac-Man, which I've never watched a single episode of that cartoon. Did not even know this was a cartoon at all. Rubik, the Amazing Cube.
No, I didn't know that one either.
Which he looks terrifying. That's him right here.
So
he has like an old man face and wears socks, and he's a Rubik's Cube.
He looks like a Rubik's Cube with socks and a Yoda head or something.
That's what I thought.
or a Krang head.
Now, I remember the Littles, which were like these rat people.
I don't remember the Littles. Okay. It looks familiar, but I don't remember.
I used to watch that, but I don't remember anything.
I was the same age as you. Then I was 3 then too. So
all right, The Puppy's Further Adventures.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, me either. Then the new Scooby-Doo, or the new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo. And then watch for on ABC between Rubik the Amazing Cube and the Littles every week. Who is it? Yup. You guessed it. Menudo.
Nice. Menudo on the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
We got a Menudo sighting.
I don't even know which one's Ricky Martin.
I've
Wasn't he in Menudo?
I think so, yeah. I've got a ad here for the new Free Spirit. It looks like it's moving even when it's standing still. It's a bike ad for the Free Spirit bike at the Sears Sports Center, home of the Ted Williams brand.
I didn't even know they had a sports center.
1972, I guess.
What's that free offer?
Free patch offer.
Oh.
So please send me a Free Spirit patch for my jacket. Offer expires January 31st, 1973.
This is a good one. Here we go. NBC Saturday morning. We got the Jazz.
Mr. T, Spider-Man. Oh, and these are the comics I remember, or the cartoons I remember. I guess NBC had the good ones. What was the other one? ABC had Menudo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flintstone Funnies, Shirt Tales, Smurfs, Alvin the Chipmunks, Mr. T, Amazing Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk, Thundar the Barbarian.
We got a couple good ones here. Iron-on transfers. Apparently, patches and iron-on transfers were big back in the 70s. Again, another Confederate flag here.
Did you look through this at all?
No. I stuck something. I didn't look through it. I stuck something in there.
I know. That's why I asked you.
Yeah, I put that in there.
Okay, continue. I didn't know.
No, that was cut out. So I used to decorate like your comic book boxes and stuff. So you'd like cut it was taped to the side or glued to the side of the comic box and it fell off.
This is gonna need framed.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, so flags, a bunch of comics, and then collector series. Snoopy's Pin Pals, hand painted plastic pin-ons, only $1 each for some frightening looking Snoopy pins and Peanuts pins. These were probably at Toyhio. Somebody probably had these, I'm sure.
Probably. Like, all those Snoopies look like Jack Skellington.
Yeah, they do.
They're like, he has like weird stitched mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're looking at it, you're just like, what the heck?
Lucy looks, I was going to say retarded. We'll just say retarded. She looks special, put it that way.
Like, that one Snoopy looks real. He just looks like he's straight from the grave.
Look at Charlie Brown. He looks horrifying.
He has no face.
No.
He has eyes.
He doesn't. Eyes and a mouth. That's all Charlie Brown has. Interesting. What else we got in the Lancelot link? More with the Touch'ems. 3-dimensional, actual size 6.5 inches. Oh, there's just stickers, basically. Stick them on books, cars, bikes, you name it. Add Touch'ems to almost anything.
And touch them.
And touch them, I guess. Yeah, so it's just a bunch of the Looney Tunes characters. Apparently,
this is what he stuck in here, by the way.
that was the ad.
Deep in cheese dip.
For the Gru, that thing's like $400 or $500 online now if you find it in the box.
Oh, that's the statue you told me about.
That's the Gru statue that's worth a ton.
Limited edition, cold cast statue.
Mm-hmm.
Gru and Referto.
Gru and his dog in cheese dip.
He likes cheese dip.
Mm-hmm. What else we got in Lancelot link here?
Here you go. Sergeant, which I don't ever remember seeing these figures. Sergeant Rock. To this day, I've never seen them. Where I didn't even know they made them. But they were made by Remco. And they also did Hercules, Unbound, Warlord, and Arak, Son of Thunder. I like how they... I don't even know how to explain this. Exciting 5 1/4 figures. Just say 5-inch.
Yeah.
Why do you got to throw in the fourth? New from Remco. Exciting 5 1/4 inch. 4th inch really makes up for it, I guess.
So we got an ad for Kenner Smash Up Derby. I'm guessing cars. It's a comic ad, so it's not actual pictures of a Sonic Sound model. Sounds like real racers. Yeah, but it's just like a comic. The ad's a comic. It's not like it doesn't show you what it actually looks like.
Oh wait, SSPs. Okay, I remember SSPs. I had some before.
Supersonic power, yeah.
So SSPs, they were really long, and they came with rip cords. And let me tell you, those rip cords are about damn impossible to find. Like I had a blue one, and I think maybe yellow before. And I think I sold them for about $75 a piece with the rip cords. Without the rip cords, they're like $25. The rip cords is like all the money. But I did not know they made smash up SSPs. Play the game.
Here we
The
go.
Generals play for real. War Room for Odyssey. And let me tell you, the graphic they show looks like I drew a picture with my eyes closed. It does not look like... The ad is terrible, number one. Because they're like, how can we make these drawings look as bad as our gameplay?
Yeah, that's terrible. Here's a 100-piece toy soldier set. Packed in this Foot Locker toy storage box. 100 of them for $1.25. Each locker contains 4 tanks, 4 jeeps, 4 battleships, 4 cruisers. This is all for $1.25. It's pretty good. 4 bazooka men, 4 marksmen. Yeah, so yeah, little green guys.
That you can't find anywhere now. No one sells them anymore.
Little green army men. And then the last one I think I got here is this. Boy, they want you to sell a lot of shit for them.
I know.
It's like sell the stuff.
I saw you when you held it up. That stupid ad got me like every time. My mom refused to let me do it. Because they show you the stuff you can get by selling stuff for them. And my mom would shoot it down every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want
both.
all this stuff because it's awesome. All I got to do is sell stuff. And my mom would be like, no one's buying this garbage.
You can get a
Will you
Magnus
stop?
Electric Organ, sell only 18 boxes of Olympic Sales Club Olympic cards. What are the cards you have to sell though? Is what I want to know. They show all the prizes, but what are the cards you actually have to sell, or the boxes of these cards to get?
I don't even remember what you had to sell, but they would change. I think they would change them like every time, like what they wanted you to sell. So I wanted to do it so stinking bad, but my mom would always say no.
Easy to carry personalized Christmas card album to friends. The beautiful cards practically sell themselves. So you take orders at the bargain price of only $3.50 a box, containing as many as 40 cards, each with the customer's name imprinted. So you sell these goofy cards.
You can get a sweet mountain bike,
and then you can get 21 boxes. You get yourself a record player. Jeez, oh man.
and then you wouldn't get your thing for 6 to 8 weeks probably.
And it would probably be a complete piece of crap or like a miniaturized version.
I got this mountain bike, and then you get it, and it's the size of a Barbie mountain bike. Omega Man had his own mail. You could write him letters. And he would only respond with like 2 sentences.
This next comic.
He must have been really busy not to respond to these letters.
There's not a ton of ads in this one, but this is the wild and wacky world of Sergio Aragones. This is the mad guy that draws Gru.
Okay.
The famous artist, whatever. So, the super bodybuilding course. You put on inches of powerful muscles on your body. Here you go. Super bodybuilding.
Well, you know what could help you with that? The first action-packed Superman adventure, free with 2 labels from Superman Peanut Butter.
There you go.
So you got a free comic by either getting creamy or crunchy Superman Peanut Butter.
Have you ever sold?
Allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. Limit 1 book per name or address.
Have you ever sold Dinky toys? Join the Dinky Starfleet.
That's the thing I sold at Toyhio.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. The Eagle.
Nice. Well, there you go. Now from Dinky Toys.
I don't even know
Daring
Dinky,
Cruise of Star Trek, Space 99, UFO, and others.
But Dinky Toys, I think, were like smaller. The Eagle I had, I think, was made by Mattel because it was like that long. The last ad I have.
More.
These were made by Revel? Power Lords. He's the Power Lord. What a great tagline. Power Lords are very hard to find, and they're always broken, and they are never complete. But
nice.
I don't think they weren't very popular. Hence the reason why they're very expensive now, if you could find them. Some of these I've never seen before in my life. This is like the most common one. That's like the one everyone got. But
this one here, there's a whole bunch of different stuff here. Learn to fly model rockets. Collector's kit, Elvis the King. $3.98 plus 50 cents postage. You get posters, banners, stamps, photos, wall pictures. 25 live seahorses, only $2.98.
Hey, how are you shipping live seahorses?
Jeez, man, sources hard to read. One pregnant male who will give birth to as many as 25 babies. So you can get some seahorses through the mail, I guess.
But how is it alive? And how are you shipping it pregnant?
I don't know. 1970s, it was probably dead. It was probably just a toy and a thing with a bunch of
It's dead. Hopefully you can still give birth to your zombie seahorse babies.
They probably just sent you a pack of sea monkeys.
Slim Jims.
Oh, yeah. Slim Jims, 1977. The mighty meat snack conquers the horrible hungries.
Please make a band called the Horrible Hungries.
That's a good name. Then discover leathercraft. Then discover leathercraft for only $1.95. So you can. This could be the start of a new and exciting hobby. Discover the fun of leathercraft with Tandy's new mini kit and start a craft
you
tool
can make
collection.
A Slim Jim holster
For future leather projects. You can make a wallet out of Slim Jims. There's 2 of them there.
Make a wallet out of some meat.
Yeah, another one random. A lot of
Does
different.
that say make monkey or make money?
Make money.
Oh,
Another
I
one
gotta
of
get my
those
eyes
deals.
checked.
Oh, here's one. This is out of fucking place. Your dreams can become a reality with a DuraClean service business. Hundreds of men previously working for salaries or wages now enjoy greatly increased incomes, personal independence, and secure futures as owners of a low investment, high profit lifetime business. So DuraClean, so you go clean houses, I guess. I guess they think Dad's gonna pick up the comic.
Oh yeah,
Maybe unemployed dads.
I really want to scrub cat pee out of a carpet.
Who are your customers? Homes, hotels, motels, schools, shops, stores, offices, theaters, hospitals, institutions. Yeah, so you can go clean houses with DuraClean.
Oh, what'd you do today, Dad? Oh, clean up another suicide.
Here we go with Secret Agent Pen for only $1.20. And then Fast Track to a Cool Job. Train at home to become a motorcycle mechanic. All the random... it's all the random crap.
Secret Pen, motorcycle repairman.
I think we're just about done. The last thing here. What's the next best thing to riding in a Jaguar or building one? So monogram Jaguar model.
Why is the hood of that car so big?
So they probably had this at Toyhio too, but they don't show you the actual. An eighth the size of the real car. Yeah, I mean, is that to scale? That's a pretty big model. It's bigger than the kid.
The hood is huge. The hood's bigger than the kid's dad's head and his head combined.
Oh, the wacky shit.
Here's your Omega Man back.
Worthless Omega Man.
It's only the second appearance of Gene Simmons. I've been doing those whole. There was toys for that. This time around, this is actually one of my, like, if it's snowy or I'm lazy and it's on TV, I have to watch it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch it for the hell of it. I hate sci-fi movies pretty much, but I love me some Stargate. That's right. They made Stargate toys. I started buying these a couple months ago. I have the Wing Glider, which is the ship. I bought the all-terrain cruiser just because I had Kurt Russell on it.
Nice.
This is the Mastage. These were made by Kenner, and no, they're made by Hasbro. Sorry, they're made by Hasbro, which I'm sure Hasbro just stole them from some other line.
Yeah, what's the toy look like compared to the art on the box? I'm curious how close that is, or if it's just. Oh boy. Oh boy.
This was opened. This is the only reason why I opened it. Number one.
It looks like an old dinosaur that just sewed yarn on his back. Like
I don't even know how to take this. It doesn't even look anything like the picture. Like not even. It looks like someone just shaved a pony and glued a bad wig to it. And I guess we should probably give him a beard.
That's the shittiest looking thing I've ever
he has
seen.
He has hair on his head. It doesn't even look like it's from the movie.
Who would play with this?
His legs don't move. This is awful.
That is, good Lord.
Stupid. This
yeah,
is
it looks
terrible.
nothing like that.
Nothing. Here's his seat thing that is just as bad.
So is a figure supposed to sit on top of this thing, or no?
No,
he pulls the sled or whatever the hell he does.
This is so disappointing. I've never seen one of these out of the box.
Well, now we know why nobody opened the box.
I'm missing a piece. How am I? Oh no, there it is. So I don't even know how this is even. So this goes. I should probably use the instructions instead of looking at the picture of the box. I don't even want to put it together now because it looks better in the drawing they did of it.
It looks way better in the drawing. Yeah, it does. It looks like they took an old dinosaur toy and just.
This is terrible. I don't want to put it together now. I'm so embarrassed.
And just sewed yarn to it.
This is so bad.
Who would play with that thing?
Like, its hair's like.
What year did this piece of shit come out?
1994.
94. Man, I thought that was going to be way older than that.
The Power of the Force toys look better than this. And I swear to God, I'm not even exaggerating. They used My Little Pony sculpt. Because My Little Ponies have these dents in their hooves. This is so awful. Look at that. It literally looks like a really bad toupee. That they stitched. They gave him a goddamn bowl cut.
Yeah, he's just.
It looks nothing like the picture.
It is. Oh, we got these old weird looking dinosaurs.
And like on the back of it,
just sew some yarn to it and send it out.
Every picture you see, the front, the back, the instructions, nothing looks like.
Man,
your hippie dad walking out of the shower.
That's awful.
What? Stargate's a great movie, and you disappointing people with this garbage. Mind you, this was $18.95. Oof. Then it was $14.99, and then it was clearance. Oh, I just now noticed the sticker. It was from Best.
Ah, yeah.
Which you never see Best stickers. The Best sticker is better than this damn thing. I'd rather play with the Best sticker.
It's probably worth more than the toy. Just the sticker.
But I don't know. Stargate, it's one of those things. It's a great sci-fi movie. I love it. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. I've never watched the show. I will never watch the show. I will never watch any of the sequels. I will just watch the first movie because it has Kurt Russell in it. I love Kurt Russell. It's kind of weird to me, though. They never made the actual Stargate itself.
Do they have anything else on the back of any other toys in the back of the box? No, they're all drawings. They were smart to do that.
Yeah, so they could fool people by saying, hey.
Yeah, they're not going to put the actual...
good old Grandpa Sturgis walking out butt-ass naked to get his newspaper in the morning. Freaking stupid. This is so disappointing. God. But I have probably half the figures now. I have the ship. I have the all-terrain cruiser. I don't know what else I'm missing, but I need one of these sealed because I don't want to ever look at
that toy. That specific toy should be one of your new logos for Monsters.
Look, he's even mad because he looks so terrible.
That should be one of Should definitely be
new logo for the podcast.
That's got to be a shirt. When we were kids, look at this piece of shit.
When we were kids.
That's definitely the thumbnail for this episode.
When we were kids. Why the hell did they make this? God, this is awful. Every picture shows hair on his head. Nothing. Nothing. Stupid. God, that was disappointing.
I'll leave him
Thank
out.
God I didn't open it. I'm right here.
Leave him out because I'm going to take a picture. That's going to be that's 100% going to be the cover of that, the YouTube cover.
God. All right. Well, now I'm going to throw all this crap back in the box of Grandpa Sanders.
On sale today, Monsters in the Toy Box. $2.
Oh, I sold the damn... I can't believe I sold that damn Dragonheart dragon that wasn't even featured in the movie. This is featured in the movie, and it looks not... The dragon from Dragonheart looks better than this garbage. So awful. Well, we'll leave this show on a disappointing note. But thank you everyone for tuning in, checking us out. And please make sure... God, it looks even worse without the hair.
Yeah.
Please make sure to write Hasbro a letter about how bad the mastage looks from Stargate. And go watch Stargate. It's a great sci-fi movie. And you can watch it and go, why the hell did they make toys for this? Because I really don't understand it. Because once again, it wasn't geared towards kids. It was just a sci-fi movie. A good sci-fi movie with clearly really bad toys. Mm-hmm. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And have fun laughing at my misery. See you next time.